Hello and welcome back to Scatterbrook Farm. My name is Eddie and this is my vlog, and today is September 2nd and as you can see we're backing up to we are backing up to the baler because we're going to go and bale up. Oh, what's that? Tractor off. Connecting this up when I'm this close well, with the engine on is not a good idea because I got the PTO. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so today we're going to head up to our fields of barley and we're going to go and get them go get them baled up. So yeah, lots to do. Crops are very nearly ripe. I think we're probably going to be starting on the canola in the next 2-3 days, so I should think we'll have a vlog on that when that happens. But yeah, it's been a nice dry summer so far. So much so we've got a few bits to do around the yard as well, because as you can see in there, we've still got our trailer with our hay bales on from earlier in the year. That is just sitting there. We need to get that emptied out because we're going to have to get these bales back to the farm using that trailer. And that is really a little bit of our sticking point today. We need to get that done. So what we're going to do, let's unfold that. There we are. And down. Perfect. So yeah, today what we're going to be doing is getting this done, but I think we're going to have to clear out the shed that this baler was in, and go and get it all get all of our bales collected into there. That's going to be our plan, just to make sure that our bales are nicely covered. I don't think it's going to cause any issues with our equipment in there. The equipment at the moment can hang around outside the yard. As I said, it's a fairly mild summer, and it'll do the equipment less damage if we get a rain shower than it will the bales. So that's what I'm trying to avoid doing there. Right, now this is where we have some fun. We need to get this on the flat, or at least not going downhill. So this is the one thing about having a round baler on these hills that I really don't like, is the fact that we have to do these maneuvers to try and get the bale into a position where it's not going to roll as much as possible. There we go, that one worked. So reverse up, get back on our line. And away we go. Back into the row. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to put these bales into our lean-to shed that all of our equipment is at the moment, because we don't have enough space. And I think what we're gonna do as a result is, once we got the harvest out of the way and maybe got a little bit more money in, because we don't have a huge amount at the moment, we are going to reconfigure the yard again a little bit, get some bale storage built, and that will then help us to keep going and keep the yard going as it should. So yeah, bale storage is our next bit in the yard. Otherwise, as I said, things have been running fairly smoothly around here. We've had a lot of vlogs in a very few days on the farm, so maybe you're enjoying this sort of detailed look at what we do and at how we're doing, because yeah, there's not a lot of stuff to talk about at the moment outside of here. I feel I'm repeating myself a fair amount in these vlogs at the moment, because we're having them on a very regular basis like this. But you can see we are getting a decent number of bales out of this field though. And this baler, as I said before, is working very nicely. As is this tractor now. Now that we've found the new place for this tractor, it is going quite well on the farm, and being well used as our as sort of our medium tractor that sort of allows us to do those things that we want to do. Right, again here now we have a nice challenging unload, because if I unloaded that at the moment, that would end up right in the corner. So we're going to actually, while we're here, we can put it onto the edge. And if I unload it there, that should be okay. Hopefully. Yes, perfect. And then get back onto our line and get the rest of it. So we've got 2 fields of this. Wow, what is he doing today? We have, 2 fields of this. We got 3 bales off here so far, which is good. I reckon we're going to get about maybe 6 off here, 7, actually maybe even as many as 8 bales off this field. We are running out of straw faster than it appears, though. This is the 3rd of 4 headlands, I think it is, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 4 headlands. And so we've got about a bale a headland so far, roughly. So yeah, maybe we might get as many as 8 bales off here. So that's good. That will be good for us. We've then got that field over there. That will then that's going to produce a lot more bales, and you can see where we are with that situation as to needing this extra storage. We just do not have the storage for all of this straw at the moment. So we need to get it under cover. We need to get somewhere that we can get this covered. There we are. Again, I need to back this up onto something a bit, well, not flatter, but not going downhill. That's we need to unload it so it's not going downhill. And away we go again. And then it doesn't roll, and then we don't go playing Hunt the Bale, which I have done before. As you guys know, on Baling, we had to reinforce the hedges on that farm, because we got bales rolling down into the village before, and just sort of going up the main street, well, the only street in Baling, because Baling doesn't have any other streets. But it's and that meant we had to go and reinforce our hedges there. But of course, the upside to that was it made me better at baling, and made me better at ensuring that our bales didn't start rolling all over the place. Because otherwise, you end up with this situation where you are trying to find the bales, and then you're trying to pull them out of hedgerows, which just, does not make things easy for you. But there we go. That is the headlands done. And yeah, we're not gonna, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna get 5 with this bale. We might only get 6 out of here. Most of this was headlands, but that's okay. And there we go. Close it up, and away we go again. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will we get a 6th bale off here? There's not a huge amount of straw left here. I would be surprised if we get another bale. But then that's okay. This field is, just sort of the little extra bit for us to get what we need. We're not doing cows here like the farm up the top of the hill, and therefore it's not as difficult, or we don't quite need as much straw as they have. But we do have another field full, and we will probably get, judging by this field, I reckon we're probably going to end up with about 12.5 bales, maybe 18 bales out of all this. Means, yeah, getting about 12 bales off the next field, 13 bales off the next field, which I think is possible. We've only got 5 off here, and that field is at least double the size. So, yeah. Right, there we go. So that is that done. We've got nearly half of it. So 5.5 bales off here is not bad at all. We'll start up here and try and go roughly the same way as the combine did. And then we have this whole, yeah, we're going to have to get all these collected up. So I'm probably going to, easiest way to do that is we're going to have to reconfigure the yard a little bit. Get that trailer freed up. Right, there we go. And reverse out. And this one about here-ish, I think. A little bit easier. With any luck. I don't see it rolling anywhere. That's good. I need to get back on my line. Ah, there we go. I find baling quite a relaxing thing. I find most farming quite a relaxing thing. It's nice to sort of get out in the fields here and just have a nice just day in the sunshine. You know, being out in the countryside is just absolutely gorgeous. Really, really lovely place to be. And here in Shamrock Valley, it's just the most amazing views you get all the time as you go around these fields. Right, and there we go. Right, now this one is a little bit more difficult because our field actually turns away at the edge. So I need to straighten this up. We've then got to go back round, and then to about there. And that should get us with the bale in the position we want it. Yes, it's staying put. Good. Right, let's get back on our line then, and away we go. And so I was saying, yeah, you get the most amazing views here in Shamrock Valley. It is one of the prettiest places to work. And it's one of the things that attracted me to buying the farm here when we were looking to expand. Was I just came, we drove down the valley and I just fell in love with it as I was driving into it. I mean, who knew you come, because we come from the top end of the valley up there every time we drive down here. It is just the most incredible view. And you got things like, and there's things on our land that are just incredible. Let me just find somewhere to put this. There will do nicely. So things like the waterfall. We've got a waterfall over on one of our fields that is, again, just one of the most incredible things to work by. And just really, really pretty. I've not got my pickup down. Talking about the beauty of Shamrock so much, I forgot to put my pickup down. Which is one of those things you need to be careful of. But it's we've actually got the door frame in the way at the moment. But you can just see it, yeah. Just sort of over to my right at the moment, you can see the water cascading down that waterfall. And it's just such a pretty place to work this. Right, whichever way I go... no, I want to go this way. Because that will lead into the next row more easily. There we go. So that's 2 bales off the first headland. We're heading for a third bale that we're going to drop off around about the same place as we dropped off the first on this field, actually. That's good. So as I said, next time our crops are very, very nearly ripe here. Next time we're going to be going into the getting into the next field, getting ourselves into the canola. I think we got some. I said barley at the beginning of this. I think that we're. Oh no. I think we are. We've actually got barley just over there. And we've in fact got, I think this was actually wheat, these fields, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we got some barley to do, some spring barley. We've got the canola, and then later we've got some corn to do because our pigs very much like the corn, even though it's a more difficult crop to grow out here in Ireland. Mainly because of the wet. You have to harvest corn later in the year. The way we're harvesting it. So normally you'd be all right if you were doing silage with it. But as we're not doing silage, as we're trying to harvest it for feed, it actually becomes a lot more difficult because you get the rain coming down Shamrock Valley, and so I'm actually looking into alternatives. One thing to do is we can't mix it directly in the pig feed as we do now, but if we got a mixer of some description, what we'd be able to do is mix our own pig food and feed that once it's mixed. And we can get away with that, with substituting sugar beet for the corn. So that is one thing that I'm looking at the moment. Is there a better way that we can feed the pigs here? Because if there is, then we probably want to try and take that. We always end up at the end of the year battling the elements to try and get the corn for the pig feed in. And that's why we don't grow a huge amount of it, even though it's the sort of the primary ingredient in the pig feed. We don't try and grow more than a single field really, because if we do, we just end up with not enough time to bale it. Sorry, not to bale it, to harvest it, and that just then causes us all sorts of problems. You know, we end up with it just brings this this stress at the end of the harvest that is always stressful enough, and I don't need to increase my stress at that time of the year. So yeah, I'm looking at it and going, well, if we got a crop that we're less concerned about the weather, less concerned about exactly how well, obviously we can't lift beet if it's too wet, but we can lift it wetter than we can corn. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at the moment. So a bit of a reconfiguration of the yard, maybe to include something to feed the pigs. As I said though, the field, the very odd shaped field we've got around the yard, and down towards the river, I think we're going to look at extending in the yard out that way a little bit, putting some storage in for our bales, or possibly storage in for our equipment, and going that way. That I have to be careful because while the river has been dredged recently, floods, of course, do worry me. So yeah, it would be better to build stuff up away from the river, but we don't really have a flat area that we can do that with very easily. So it does mean that we've got to look at the flat area a bit closer to the river. Oh, that's okay. That won't roll, I don't think. Opened that a bit prematurely, that one. Nope. So yeah, our bales are sticking at the moment, which is good news. Let's head up here. And that is working really. It's working really well. This round baler. It's a good classic class baler. This one. I'm impressed with it. And whoa. Rolling down the hill a little bit faster than I meant to. And we're away again. So how many we got? So we've got 3 bales up there, 2 bales over there. So that's 6 bales, 7 bales. We're about to get our 8th bale off here. I think 15 bales may have been a good guess for this, actually. Oh no, I said 18 bales. I think 18 bales may have been a good guess. I mean, we'll see at the end, but close that up again. Make sure our pickup is down, and back in we go. Yeah, it's a very nice set of bales we're getting off here. Very nice set of bales. This will keep us going for a good long while, which is what we're aiming to do. And we do have another field of bales to do. So, not today, of course, once we've got the harvest done. But I want to get these, I wanted to get these in because if we do get rain, if we have rain at any point in the next few days, then we are absolutely going to have to be a bit restricted. A wet September would not be good. Would not be good at all. Right, there we go. Let's open that up. And close it. And there we go. Yeah. This is producing a very good number of bales. In fact, I think we have just hit double figures. 10 bales off this field, 5 bales off the other. We are already up to 15 bales for today's work. And that can only be a good thing. That's, you know, a decent number of bales off here is only a good thing. Now, I did talk originally, I think, about possibly windrowing up this straw. I want to bring this right round in order to get it on the same way. There we go. I just decided against it. Just went, well, I think it just makes it easier for me just to get in here with the baler and get baling. We are going to have to do some hay work soon. We want to get some. We'd like to get some hay done, and if we've got a dry spell during the harvest, if it's going to be dry enough to let us harvest, it's going to be dry enough to let us do hay and do some hay. So that would be good if we've got a couple of days to do that, or a week or so to let it dry out. That would be good, especially if we can we toss it with the tedder. That should allow it to dry quicker. So we will see how we go with that. Yeah, we'll see what the forecast is for the next few weeks. I might get a quick cheeky cut of our grass in and see if it'll see if we can throw the tedder over it to make hay. We might have to do alternate rows here, I think. That's alright. Now you might notice we are going a little bit downhill here, so we are going to have to unload our bales. Still at a slight angle. I tried to go as much across the hill as I could, but it's not always possible to get it exactly at the angle you want, and that's why, yeah, we probably want to go a little bit more across the field next year. I want to avoid that bale. There we go. We'll come back up here and grab this row. Right, so we'll do this at a little bit of an angle. So this angle here is really where we want to do the field next year, I think. If we did that, then we would be in a good position for doing things like unloading bales. I don't think we're not going to be doing baling on this field next year, though. It's not a field that... what will we have? We'll probably have canola in here next year, I think. Quite possibly. So yeah, baling on here won't be a big consideration. But our angle is, as you can see, with where our bales are, is ever so slightly off. And I'm working sort of every third row turn here and we're turning to the left all the time. And the idea behind that is it makes our turning circles easier, although it would also help if I'd combined straight, would be very useful. But we're okay, and we're going to be letting out. And the other advantage is that when we unload like this, we're unloading with a large amount of space to do it in, which is good. Right, lift our pickup up, re-angle our baler, unload, down, and away we go. So yeah, we now jump down 3 rows. To about here-ish. And that just gives us an easier go for those top 3. And allows us to get in, and it means we get through the field quicker, actually. Because we're not having to maneuver quite so much and quite so sharply to get each row. It just makes the whole thing smoother and more relaxing to do it this way, and makes those turns that little bit easier. There we go. A little bit more hypnotic, maybe. All right, so yeah. So I should say our pigs are doing well at the moment. I'm quite happy with how everything's going on the farm. Pigs are doing well. Chickens are doing well. I know it's only been a couple of days since we had a look at those in one of our vlogs. Horses are good. Our clients who we do delivery for are very happy with how we're looking after their horses, so that's all good. I say, yeah, the big news at the moment is that as we've been saying for the last few vlogs, we're trying to get that reconfiguration of the farm sorted, and we got architects looking at it. We're probably gonna be doing it in the level bit towards the river. And just sort of evening up the field that we've got down there, because it is a very odd shaped field, and yeah, that will be good. I think I'm going to leave you guys here though, because all I'm going to be doing is more of this baling for the rest of today, and I don't want to do too much and end up boring you guys. So yeah, let's leave this vlog here for today. Next time we will be getting into some more harvest. Where we've got the combine, you can see I'm ready for the canola, which is also almost ready to be harvested. But for now, I'm going to finish off my baling, and all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.